Hi everybody, in this video I am going to show you how to make a crib sheet. My daughter had a baby about 9 months ago, and I think she said he only has 2 sheets for his crib and she needs more. So I am going to make them for her, and he is a little guy, so I'm thinking he might like these colors. So what I did was I got some fabric. This was in my stash, so I didn't have to go out and buy it. It is 69 inches by 45. So it's 45 inches wide, and then I just cut it down to 69, and so I still have some left over. So what I'm doing is I'm folding it in half and then in lengths, because I want the 4 corners to meet up right here. And they're not perfectly exact right there, and that's okay. It's just a sheet. It's close enough. So what I'm going to do is I have a 8 by 8 inch piece of paper here, and I'm going to cut out the corners so I can cut the corners. I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to cut around it. And if you have the 2 needle serger, that's all you're going to, well, that's not all you're going to need, but it makes the corners a lot easier because you can finish the edges and sew it at the same time. Okay. So that's all we have to do as far as the cutting. Now I'm going to take each one and fold it down like this. And then I'm just going to serge off that edge, and it will sew it at the same time. So let me get my serger up here. So now you just have to match up the corners like this, and one by one just sew them up. Just like that. Can you hear the dog? He is howling at my door. All of his family have gone out for date night, and he's lonely for them. What I'm going to do is fold it up about 1/4 of an inch, and just to make it easier on myself, I'm going to press this up about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then come back and stitch it down. Okay, I've got it pressed up a little bit. You can see where it's not completely even, but that's okay. I'm going to leave a little opening so that I can run the elastic through, and then I'm just going to fold it up 1/2 inch to allow for my 1/4 inch elastic to go in and it not be too tight. And then I will sew right along that folded edge right here. Okay, here's my opening where my thumb is, and I've got 62 inches of 1/4 inch elastic. This is the bodkin I was telling you about when I did the video on the sewing tools that I like. Now the first thing I'm going to do is put the other end of this elastic right beside the opening, and I'm going to pin it there because you don't want to lose the tail inside the casing and then have to start this all over again. So as much as possible, we're going to try and keep the elastic straight so it's not twisting in there. So this is all it takes to run it through. I try not to pull the elastic inside when I'm sliding the sheet back. So you gather the sheet onto the bodkin and you just pull this back here, and I'm trying not to grab the elastic. That ring on the bodkin, you could feel it drag a little bit there. So just have to keep that in mind, and don't pull the fabric so hard that it pulls out of the bodkin. That has never happened to me, but you know, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't happen. Okay, the elastics are pinned together. Now all I need to do is sew them up, and you could do that by hand or by machine. I'm just going to take it like this, side by side, or one on top of the other, and just stitch over it. Now what I'm going to do is open it flat, lay it to one side, and stitch it down. Just an extra security, make sure it's not going to come undone. Okay. Now all we need to do is tuck that back in there, trim those threads. I'm going to close up the opening. All right, that is it. Very easy to do. Now just go through and clean up all the threads. You don't want that baby to get a hold of anything. Well, that's it, everybody. I hope that you like this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share it, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when I upload more videos. And don't forget to check out the links in the description box below. Thank you. Bye.